Hi, how are you? Welcome to this video from our podcast channel called Gumball Sports Machine. If this is your first time here, well, if you could go ahead and hit that like, hit the subscribe button, it would be much appreciated. If you like this clip, we go live on Tuesdays and Friday nights. Hopefully there's an edit there, and you can catch us live. But here's a segment from our most recent podcast. Like and subscribe, like my OG says. Thank you. Kyson, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought your boys up because there's been reporting that there are some sources around the league that are reporting that some members in the Houston Rockets organization are regretting trading for Kevin Durant. Not exactly, only because of maybe I don't want to say disappointing, but the results that have happened so far on the basketball court. Maybe you had higher expectations and the expectations not getting met, but because it's hard to relate to Kevin Durant if you're on the team, if you're a teammate of Kevin Durant, if you are coaching at Kevin Durant, because and it's been rumored that they're starting to miss Dylan Brooks and they're starting to miss Jalen Green. Those guys you could relate to a little bit more. Kyson, as a fan, I know we've kind of talked about it throughout the year. Are you starting to regret trading for Kevin Durant and putting the Rockets in the position that they're in right now?
It's a tough call to say regret. I'm someone that don't live with regrets. You live and you learn. You make the decisions and you live with them. And I as a personally, I don't regret trading for Katie at all. We had a chance to go get a top 10, top 15 player of all time who's been playing well, um, who needs an opportunity to show that he can lead. And we needed a guy that can go get buckets. It was a match made in heaven at the time. I felt like um, the expectation was, hey, we're a top two, top three team with you coming on to this team because we were a top two team without you. Um, I will say this: Dylan Brooks is heavily missed just because of his culture, the culture he brings, the tenacity, the I don't care, you got to go through me attitude. He took a lot of that with him out that locker room. Um, in a perfect world, add Kevin Durant to this team with Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, we have a complete different discussion. Even if you let's say you trade Jalen Green and Kevin Durant straight up, I think it will look a lot different. Um, but man, that burner thing that killed us, man. Um, it was real. I don't care what anyone says. Like we are seeing it in real time. Luka Doncic, um, did y'all talk about him already or
No, not yet. Mm-mm.
okay? Yeah, we'll get to them because boy, but um, he he literally exposed the Rockets 2 nights in this week. He exposed the Rockets, him alone. He took the soul out of them. 2 games in a row, and no one did nothing about it. No one, not the coach begging for Bronny to come in. Like, what are we doing? Like, I get it. Like, all right, I get it. Luca is Luca. No one was gonna guard him that night. You, it could have been the best defenders in the world. They couldn't check him that night. But where's integrity? Where's integrity? We're spaced out. We're not communicating. Kevin Durant, no one can tell you nothing, bro. Like, Segun trying to give you advice on how to break a double, you looking at him like he crazy. Like I get it. I get you're Kevin Durant, you're much more accomplished, but you're not a leader. It's just and it's time and time again, you've been put in positions to lead and you just don't. And I honestly don't think he came here to do that. He came here to get buckets. Fred Van Vliet getting hurt was very, very unfortunate, but God makes no mistakes. God was showing us, hey man, KD, I can't bail you out no more, bro. Here, you gotta be the sole leader. And look what he did as a sole leader. His burner got leaked. Not
Yeah.
Torrey Easton is 6 of 70. Or 7 of I don't know, he hasn't made a three all month. It's March 21st? 20th?
Yeah.
In 20 days, he's not made one 3-pointer. He is nervous. Doesn't want to mess up around KD. Doesn't want to get called the R word. I can't say it on here. With all of that being said, Jamal, I have no regrets. You live and you learn. Um, I wish things were different. Absolutely. I think as a fan, I hate to be negative, but it's just hard for me to believe in this team. But no, I don't think the Rockets regret trading for him. I think they realized this is a gap year, unfortunately, which is crazy to me. Kevin Durant's playing out of his mind. All burner aside. To waste this year on a gap year is kind of crazy. But with that being said, no. No regrets.
And that's the thing with Kevin Durant, as I learned again. Kyson, you're kind of going through it right now. The past 2.5 years, he was on the Suns. Kevin Durant, you understand how great Kevin Durant is. Kevin Durant is the reason why I call him the most skilled basketball player to ever touch a basketball. Like, you understand how great he is. That is strictly on the basketball court, because when you go into that locker room, when you go off the basketball court, that greatness in terms of just the leadership and the intangibles, Kevin Durant doesn't exactly bring the intangibles. He'll give you all the stats. He'll give you the 27 points a game. He'll shoot 50% from the field and 40% from three and 90% from the free throw line. But he'll give you all the stats. The intangibles is where he struggles. And for that reason, I do believe the Suns added through subtraction with Kevin Durant. And so when you look at it, the Rockets are having a good season. It's not like they're bad. It's not like they're in the lottery. They're 42-27. They're right in the thick of things in the West. All that, kind of what Kyson said. I mean, all that he mentioned, and all that he's kind of put the Rockets through this season. Do you believe it was a mistake that the Rockets traded for Kevin Durant, or do you think that they should have done it because that was the opportunity that was there?
I guess my position would be the outside looking in. I would have to say yes, unfortunately, and I agree with pretty much everything that both of you said. But just from the outside, I think that the other guys were more valuable in the long term. And so whether or not you're going to keep or trade them, you guys were in the second place last year. And then what Kyson spoke to, Jalen Green, he had some health issues this year. But what did he play? All 80 games last year?
He played every game.
82 games. So when you look at that, if he was on that team which had a little more depth, he didn't have to really average 30 points, or 27. What think Katie's averaging 27, 26 points? He didn't really need to average that. He could have averaged 22 points, been the leading scorer, second leading scorer for that team. And then the tenacity, like you spoke to as well, Kyson, that Dylan Brooks brings, is a different energy in that locker room. And so I understand not wanting to feel as though you made a mistake, but that team was growing in a different direction. And now you're almost stuck because you have to deal with the responsibilities of picking up Kevin Durant. And you're going to have to rebuild one way or the other. Because if you don't win a championship this year or next year, Kevin Durant's gone. And so it's either you wait until the end of his career or his contract, or you get rid of him, and now you have to find new continuity with new pieces surrounding Sengun and Thompson. And I just feel like they had an opportunity with Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, to whereas now they don't. And so there's got to be a little bit of regret. It's unfortunate though. I agree. Kevin Durant's one of the most skilled basketball players I've ever seen with my two eyes. But for basically the entirety of his career, with all of those skills being had, I don't know if I've ever thought that he was the best basketball player on the planet. And I think some of that comes with leadership. You can have all of those skills and not be the best basketball player. Um, but if you have a different drive, a different way to lead, it can put you in a circle that most people are like, I don't know how he's in this circle. He's not even that talented. But it's the way you carry yourself on and off the court and you lead by example. Kevin Durant just leads by scoring the basketball. And sometimes that's not gonna lead to the success that we want it to lead to. Um, well, maybe Fred Van Vliet would have been the person to tie it all together. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel this way right now, but maybe a healthy Fred Van Vliet makes this team different. I,
I
I
think
you know,
I think he 100% does, and that's what I was like trying to hint towards you earlier. Like he's not a leader, like, but he's a great scorer of a basketball. But we had a leader, Fred. But again, Fred getting hurt, that happened for a reason, right? To your point, Tom, your character is a huge part of how you hoop. Is like how you live, right? Like people, like you start missing a bunch of layups and open runs. They gonna start looking at you different. Like, bro, you're not no finisher in real life. You
Yeah.
can't finish layups. So you start stuff. You got good moves, and then you don't finish them. That's how you are in real life. Kevin Durant, I hate to bring politics and stuff like that into this, but he has allegations of, and he's not denying it, of being with some very bad people, and he's not denying it. And it's just like for me, I'm the analyzer. I can't not point that out. I cannot. We can't ignore that this guy just it's just like his character it stains. But if we're talking basketball, I just don't think they regret it that much because we're not that far off from where we were from last year. And um, Jalen Green, let's just keep it 100, man. All right, Dylan Brooks. That's why I was like, Dylan Brooks was a huge. We need him, but
Yeah.
Jalen Green, it was inevitable. He was gone.
Yeah.
His time in Houston was just done. And I love Jalen Green to death. I have his jersey. Huge fan of him. But it's he's just too inconsistent. The what we needed out of him, what we
Hey,
needed out of
for
him on a night to night basis just didn't happen. 38 one night, 14. 26, 8. Like that was inevitable. That was and but one thing I will say, Tone, I'm kind of teeter tottering because you're making great points, Tone. Like seriously, you are. I'm teeter tottering because I look at the Celtics. The Celtics they didn't make major moves. They made semi major moves. The Kimball move, the Kyrie move, Gordon Hayward, so on and so forth. But they kept the core intact. JB, JT, Marcus Smart for the most part. Bring in Derek White, keep him, keep Al. Maybe we jumped the gun a year early on KD. Maybe we could have got him next season. Maybe we could have tried this one more again, won another 50 games, and then maybe. But it's just your window. We talked about it the other episode. Your window is so it's open for so long, basically.
Yeah.
And I feel like the management was like, we gotta make a move now.
It sucks because, Kyson, we were talking about earlier. I feel like I'm just having a big old deja vu. You know what I'm saying? A big old, big old deja vu stew. Because we were talking about earlier, we were talking about Giannis earlier, and we were talking about the 2021 NBA Finals, and obviously how that crushed me. Like, obviously watching my team lose in the finals, that sucked, and obviously we haven't been back since. So there was a reason why I was hurt as much as I was. And then we traded for Kevin Durant. And it's funny because I'm listening to everything you're saying, and I'm like, oh my God, this is clicking. This is the same stuff we were saying when we traded for Kevin Durant. The same thing. Man, you know what? Kevin Durant, boy, he's special, ain't he? Kevin Durant playing for our team. He one of the 10, 15 best players to ever play the game of basketball, and now he's playing for my team. He's playing for the Phoenix Suns. There's something different with Kevin Durant. And then, you know what I'm saying? And once we started realizing that, okay, you know what? Maybe it's the reason why he's gone from team to team as much as he has. This is one of the greatest players in NBA history, and he's played for 4 or 5 different teams. Maybe it's a reason why he's done that. And then come last year, okay, you know what? We got to get KD up out here. KD is great. KD is amazing on the basketball court, but there's something going on in that locker room that it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. And it's funny, you mentioned Fred VanVleet. And when we first traded for KD, remember that core four? It was Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, and Kevin Durant. And you know
I see
what?
where you're going.
Hey, Kyson, hey, this team went 8-0. Okay, maybe they can make some noise in the playoffs. They've only played 8 games the regular season, but those 8 games, man, they look good. And then they go and beat the Clippers in the first round. Ooh, got them up out of there. 5. Gentlemen sweep. Okay, you know what? Bring on the Nuggets. Okay, you know what? We lost to the Nuggets. We lost them in 6 games, right? But we put up a fight. We put up a hard fight. We probably, should have won even more games than we did. But you know what? That's won the championship. We can get better. We can build from here. And then, well, we trade Chris Paul. Okay, well, that was the leader of the team. Okay, Chris Paul, he's getting older. That was the leader of the team, right? That was, okay, I'm okay. Devin Booker can step up and lead. He could be the leader of this team. That didn't work out very well. Okay, you know what? We just need a point guard again. We got to the first round of the playoffs. Minnesota was really good. They got to the conference finals. We got swept. Okay. We just rebuild. You know what? We go get a point guard. We go get some more defensive players, and then we'll be good. When they got Tyus Jones, okay, that didn't work. Oh, we didn't. Hold on. You had Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, and you didn't make the play-in? There's something that's not adding up here. 2 and 2 is equaling 5. And that is the KD effect, because KD, boy, he had a Kevin Durant season. He averaged 27. He shot 50% from the field. He shot 38, 39, 40% from 3. But it was not leading to winning basketball. And so the reason why I'm saying that is because Kevin Durant he's the eye test. He passes the eye. He's eye candy, right? Hey, you know what? That guy looks good. I want him to play for my team. Okay, well, you want Kevin Durant to play for your team? Okay, well, you gotta. He doesn't get along with people very much. Okay, you got to cater to Kevin Durant. Okay, you got to put people around Kevin Durant. It's everything that comes along. It's nice to get Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Tone Kyson, you get a Lamborghini, right? Hey, you know what? I just got this. You get a BMW. Boy, hey, I just got this Beamer, dog. Oh man, it looked good. Okay, you got to pay $80 to fill the tank. Okay, some break down. You got to pay $1,500 to fix the brakes. Okay, you need oil change. That's $250. So the car's nice. Oh, the car looked nice. Boy, you taking it out downtown. You taking it to Mill Ave. Hey, look at my ride. Oh, okay, what's everything that go into it? And I think that's the Kevin Durant effect. And I think that's what the Rockets are going through right now. And to your point, Kyson, I don't think you guys regret trading for Kevin Durant. I don't. Because again, that's an opportunity that doesn't come along very often. I thought the same thing. I still don't regret trading Kevin Durant. But then, just like we did, we traded Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, 2 core guys that we have been building with. You guys traded Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, 2 core guys that you have been building with. And so when you look at the pieces that you gave away, it makes you think about it twice. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you know what? Kevin Durant is good, but I kind of want Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson back. Our team was a lot of fun. There's a lot more energy. Kevin Durant is nice, man. We got the 5th seed right now. We're 42-27. Man, Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks, man, if they could just bring that energy back to this basketball team, we could be a different team. So it's that second thought that you think about it. But again, an opportunity comes like that, I don't know if you can pass on it. So because of that, I still don't regret trading for Kevin Durant. And Kyson, like you said, you don't regret for trading for Kevin Durant if you're the Rockets. So again, it's you got to take everything that comes with them.
But 2 things can be true, right? And this is why I was teeter-tottering. This is why I was kind of saying we don't regret it, but that don't make it not a mistake, right? You just said, "Oh my God, Kyson, you're literally giving me deja vu." I shouldn't be giving you deja vu. You went through the absolute worst with this man. Why would I want to? Oh no! I got it. We're gonna put better pieces around him. We're gonna do this, that, and the third. But we didn't. Why? And that's That's the question I'm still asking. Why not go get a point guard? Why not go get shooters? That's what this dude needs around him. Like I'm, and now that I'm really thinking about it, maybe Tone is right. Maybe the management, I don't, as a fan, I don't regret it. Let's just put it out there. But maybe the management is regretting trading for Kevin Durant. Why would they not? Why would they not follow the KD rules that Jamal just gave? Cater to him. Give him this, that, and the third. They didn't. They refused to. Why?
And that's the tough part. Go ahead, Tom.
I feel like I know they had Ime, who was like new to the team, but had his own way of wanting to move forward with things.
That's a different conversation.
And I don't know if he's the man to have the conversation, but I think that someone needed to establish that Jalen Green should be a sixth man. You need to utilize him like Lou Williams and Jamal Crawford. He's one of those players that can come off the bench and be a spark, especially against other teams' second rotations. I think that allows him to be more consistent, and he doesn't really have a defined role. He's not a unique two guard because of his size, and he's not a facilitating point guard because he doesn't really play make a lot. He's more of a skilled scorer. And I think if you keep those guys, Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, and you establish, you get another point guard to run the show, and then let JG come off the bench and just do what he does. You keep that core; those guys become more valuable as a pair or duo, and then you grow Jabari Smith Jr. a little bit more. And I'm not saying he's going to fill KD's shoes or anything like that, but you now have 2 to 3 more valuable pieces that you can move off of if that's what you're going to do, and you can get more bang for your buck than what you're probably going to get for Kevin Durant on his exit.
And with Kevin Durant, I mean, fellas, if you look at every stop he's been, you look at Oklahoma City, you look at Golden State, you look at Phoenix, you look at Brooklyn, anywhere he's had any symbol of success, yes, he may have been the best player. He was the best player in Oklahoma City. He was the best player in Golden State. He was the best player in Phoenix and Brooklyn. But all of those places had a vocal leader. All of those places had somebody that was going to say, let's get it together, and his name was not Kevin Durant. Oklahoma City, who'd they have? Russell Westbrook. Golden State, who'd they have? Draymond Green. Brooklyn was kind of the only exception. But you go to KD's first year in Phoenix, they had Chris Paul. They didn't have any success after that. They never made it to the second round of the playoffs again. And so Fred VanVleet was going to be that guy. He was going to be that guy. And he may still be that guy because it's not like he's not in the locker room anymore. He's still there. He's just not playing. But as you both of you know very well, just because you are there does not mean you have the same impact that you when you were on the court. And Kevin Durant is just one of those guys. He's not gonna give you that rah-rah speech. He's not gonna give you, hey, you know what? We need to go win this game because of such and such. He's not gonna be that guy. He's gonna go out there. He's gonna give you 30. He's gonna give you 35 on 15 shots, and he's gonna be really, 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 really good. That's about where that trend ends. You're not getting much more than that from KD. You're gonna get everything he has on the basketball court, but you got to realize, hey, we got to put the pieces around Kevin Durant for this team to be successful. And the Rockets have done that for the most part. But again, it just sucks. Fred VanVleet got hurt before the season. And, and you obviously had that guy in Dylan Brooks that was going to be, hey, you know what? Let's get this ish together. And it's just not the case.
Gotta find